Ladies and gentlemen, before we start the video, I want to remind everybody, brand new code is out. Night is coming 0702. That is a new code. Redeem this code now to get yourselves 10 free custom tickets. That's right. Anybody can use this code. So please, guys, feel free to jump in. If you want to redeem it, here's how you do it. AOS for a Netmarble launcher. Anyone on iOS, you got to go through the menu options, account, copy ID, and redeem code iOS coupon in the forums. You guys can get that done anytime. 10 free summons, guys, coming your way from the devs. And also, speaking of codes, don't forget, guys, the content creator program is still going on. It is a brand new season. If you were looking for additional codes for your account, hit that support button, get yourselves in. It's linked in every single comment section of every single video. Plus, it's pinned in every single comment section as well of any SLA video. So please jump in, get yourselves in, guys. It's absolutely free. And I'll be sending codes out to every single supporter. Plus, there's a chance to win $200, $150, and $100 on my Discord for the gaming channel. So make sure you come join in that and get yourself for the role for SLA and come join the community, be a part of it. And let's talk a little bit about what this video is going to kind of cover. And this is one that's going to be very sensitive. All right. I talked about this the last time WOBL came out, and we talked about this as a very, very ominous situation. So we have cleared the top 1,000, guys. So for those who did not get the top 1,000, you are now heading into the top 3,000. So congratulations to everybody for clearing top 1,000. We are now done. Now, for those top 1,000, chances are most free-to-play players will not hit that. We are now aiming for top 3,000, which means there will be a nerf coming to Legaia to help top 3,000 players complete that and get themselves into the ability to get themselves we get this as well too, to get the ability to get themselves through the top 3,000 and get the obviously coveted icons, backgrounds, and of course the costumes, the 2 costumes. Now, chances are this is going to be the norm, and I've talked about this quite a bit, right? Where I said that the newest method of supporting their whales is to give whales the ability to hit the top 1,000, but free-to-play players to no longer do that. And I think that's okay. I've said this numerous times. It's a skin. It's one extra skin, and these players keep the game alive, and they absolutely deserve to keep the game to get their bonuses and keep this game alive. So whales, guys, are now going to be top 1,000 for a while. So anyone who's free to play, don't expect to hit that. And again, I think there's not a bad thing for this, and I think it's a very important thing to remember that whales keep the game alive, and a lot of people need to have the understanding that this is going to be commonplace going forward. Now, when it comes down to Agnes, I am going to summon for her for one reason and one reason only, guys, on my free to play, and that's just to get 1 copy so I can unlock the co-op section to boost my power even more for that team, for the dark team. I think it's important to at least have the co-op training portion of it done. But for anyone who is free to play and is upset about the lack thereof top 1K, because it's something we used to be able to do in the past, I think it's something that you guys should kind of like ignore. Don't feel too bad about, and remember that, again, as mentioned before, the pay to win players keep the game alive. There needs to be some sort of incentive for pay to win players to continue spending, and the reason for them to want to continue spending. And this is one of the best ways to do it. There could have been ways of giving pay to win players complete major advantages over us in the game, and there really isn't, right? So with that being said, though, there was one gripe with this whole situation. There is one gripe. I don't mind the TP being too high, but I don't like the TP being dependent on a specific character that you need to have. In this case, we're talking about Myro. This is something I talked about early on, and I said if Myro was going to be released and she was not a requirement, then I'd be okay with it. But it looks like Myro in fact became a requirement. Oh god, I didn't get her. I got Choi instead. Myro in fact became a requirement, which is a really, really big problem. Now, the reason why it's a problem is because it's inaccessible for all players who are either not spending or are low spenders. And I think Myro's need to boost the power is something that the devs should have avoided. They could have, again, made it simple by not making that a mandatory thing, and they could have had us, they could have had us grind a little bit more through other means. But by making Myro a necessity to be top 1,000 is also taken away from your lower end spenders, and I think that's where the issue stands, right? Because there's a lot of players who are low spenders and have Myro at, like, say, A3 and will not be able to finish it because A3 is not enough, right? You need to get that A9. So I think the devs kind of screwed that one up a little bit. And I think this is something that's going to leave a bad taste in people's mouths, and that they should have done a bit better. Now, I'm okay with free-to-play players hitting top 3 and top 6,000. I think that's okay. There's no problems with that. That should be something that we all should expect. But for small spenders, there should be a better chance to hit that number without having to spend $300 on one character that's not only limited use but also limited time, right? So again, I think the devs could have done a much better job organizing that portion of it, and I think that a lot of players have come to me and complained and said, hey Payne, can you please touch on this? So I do agree with a lot of these players that there should have been a better method of getting this done. And I think the devs could have done a much better job of rewarding their smaller spenders by giving them the ability. Now, with that being said, smaller spenders will be able to get top 3,000. So if you look at it this way, guys, they're leaving the bigger spenders the top 1,000 costumes. The smaller spenders, some of you guys will still be able to get it done. I know you will, because there's a lot of skilled players out there who manage the resources really well. But Myro is not a resource management issue. Myro is a straight buy issue. Oh, there we go. We got her finally. What? Oh, I got a weapon. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, she's a straight buyer, right? If you don't, I thought I was doing the limited banner. If you don't have the money up front, there's no way for you to have grinded Myro. And I think that's where the issue stems from, is a lot of people are like, hey, you know what? I put a lot of effort into my account. My resource management has been fantastic. My teams are really, really built well. I have all the power I need. The only thing I'm missing is a character, which you can't really grind for because it requires you to spend a ton of money in order to get it. So again, I think the devs could have done a much better job helping people get those units out of the way, but here we are, right? And on top of this, you of course didn't have the ability to really craft these weapons, so now you also need A10 weapons for both Soma and Asura to hit top 1k. So for anyone who's a small spender, I hear you. I know a lot of you guys have had problems with this situation, and many of you guys are upset about it, and some of you guys don't really care. And I think the not caring part is probably the healthier version of this, because I think if you care too much about a game, it's definitely going to drive you a little bonkers. I think not caring is probably a better choice, but also not caring kind of sucks, because then you kind of let the devs walk all over you. So I'm trying to play a fine line here between caring enough and not caring too much to let this hamper my ability to enjoy the game, and it doesn't, because I have a pay to win account and I also have a free to play account. I don't have a middle account. I don't have a dolphin account. So I think dolphins are in a weird place right now where they feel kind of gypped, but at the same time some of them are okay with it, because they're like, hey, you know what, I don't spend as much as the next guy next to me, so maybe yeah, he deserves the top 1k, and I'm okay with the top 3 and 6. So for those who are complaining, I understand and I hear you. This is my free to play account, by the way. You guys can see I've crafted these two, which I needed, so now I'm good to go for at least a weapon portion of this fight. The only thing now I need to make sure I have is my level 130 for all my characters. And if we're looking at overall power for me on my free to play account, let's go here for a second. Where's the weekly? There it is. If I go WOBL and we go to hard mode, right? Because we did finish normal on free to play. If I go hard mode, this is a free entry. You guys can see here the power did drop to 2 flames and did drop down to the bottom. If you look at the first boss, we're at 6.7 with 2 flames. Sorry, I'm at 6.7 with 2 flames. Right here, once I adjust this a little bit, I'm still not going to have enough power to complete this, because I don't think I have the right characters either to get the job done. So let's just put this in for a second and see where we're sitting at. Okay, one sec here. Let's put this on for a sec, and let's go here and put defense pen on. And where are we in terms of overall power? 6.9. So we are lacking quite a bit, guys. Now I got 100 level 120 weapons here, so I can limit break these, of course, and to help myself out a little bit, but it might not be enough to get the job done either way, right? As you can see, Gina's is going to go up by 5k there. Let me get Liu's up first, because he's more important here than anybody else. Should have done that first, actually. But if we look here, do I have a chance to do this? I don't know if I do, guys. I might not have the ability to get this done. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and craft this. Let's go to crafting, normal crafting. Let's see, do I have enough? I think I should have enough. Yeah. Here we go. I need to get more of these. So let's go ahead and give myself 100, and then go back to here. And if I limit break this now, auto select, craft this, proceed. What are we at now? So we're probably going to be clear. We're going to be close to the 7. I think I'm going to unfortunately have to wait to do this, right? You guys can see here, I don't have enough power even as free to play to complete this. Now, with that being said, I'm also not completed on my shadow army. I'm not even at 700. I don't even know if I'll be able to do this. And look, my remnant power, if I put Myro in, right, I'm at 6.8 only, because I don't have the ability to do that. So again, free to play players, we're kind of cooked at the moment. It is what it is. Like, I'm going to have to deal with this. You're going to have to deal with this. We're all kind of in this situation right now where we don't really have the abilities to complete this at the moment. And I think that's okay. Like, it's meant to be rewarding for a lot of other pay to win players. And again, for me personally, I don't mind this. This is not a big deal for me, but for some of you guys, this is quite a big deal. And I know it's pushing a lot of people over the edge here to be upset. I think personally, it's not something to, stress over, but of course, please leave your thoughts on there and let me know how you feel. Like, I don't have enough shadow energy now anyways. And let me know what you guys think of this new ideology of WOBL being for pay to win, and if you're okay with it. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'm sorry for all the blabbing. I'm saying the same thing over and over again, but I know a lot of people wanted me to, drive the point home, and that's what I'm trying to do here, to make sure that people have the ability to kind of voice their own concerns. So make sure you leave a comment and let me know what you guys feel, and please use the code, and don't forget to like, subscribe, leave those notifications on, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.